welcome to Cambridge House Live. I'm Vanessa Collette here at the Canadian Investor Conference, Toronto. I'm thrilled to have Mario Stifano joining us. He's the president and CEO of Cordoba Minerals. It's great to see you, Mario.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thanks for inviting me.
Now, Mario, I've sort of followed your career over the years, and you were CFO of Lakeshore Gold for a long time. What made you make the decision to leave Lakeshore and start this new company?
Yeah, so I was with Lakeshore for 4 years as Chief Financial Officer. I saw Lakeshore go from exploration company to commercial production over that 4-year period. Great company. In my career, I've raised $650 million. A big chunk of that was with Lakeshore.
Okay.
So fantastic company, but this particular opportunity, Cordoba Minerals, came across my desk. I sat down with a couple of geologists that were involved with the company, and I saw fairly quickly that Cordoba Minerals probably has in its hands a copper district that's never been explored.
Okay.
And it's very rare, as you know, for a junior company to have
District
locked up.
scale.
Exactly. So I thought, if I'm going to take a shot at building a company from the ground up, this is the company I'd want to be involved with.
This is the one you want to run. Yeah.
Exactly.
What's your end goal with the company? What do you see? What's your vision?
Yeah, so with Cordoba and copper, I'm a big fan of copper. I'm also a big fan of gold. So if you take a long-term vision of the world economy, copper is getting tougher and tougher to find in the world. Grades are coming down. It's taking longer to discover assets and build assets. So our ability to have a copper district is going to set us apart from all the other companies out there. So from our perspective, my vision is to demonstrate to the market that we really do have a copper district. Number one. Number two, it's going to be a high-grade copper district because we think we're going to have some sizable gold credits in there.
Okay.
And when you look
What's the property size? What kind of size are we talking about?
Well, look, a lot of companies start off with 2,000-3,000 hectares. Mm-hmm. We have 26,000 hectares and 13 kilometers of what we think is a porphyry trend.
Okay.
So, put in perspective, 26,000 hectares is 260 square kilometers. But we didn't stop there. When Colombia opened up the application process to allow companies to apply for more ground, when we realized our property being right next to BHP, and BHP did not know that there was copper right next to them,
really?
And probably on their ground as well, or this whole district of Cordoba, it's a department of Cordoba, we end up picking up another 200,000 hectares of ground. So we more or less, through Cordoba, control the district of and department of Cordoba, Colombia.
Wow.
So it's very rare for a junior to have done this.
And that's sort of what makes the asset or the project stand out, is really this area.
The district plate, without a doubt. So when we released our first drill results, it was prior to the three-way merger that created Cordoba Minerals.
Right.
So our flagship drill result was 100 meters of 1% copper and 0.65 gold. That is very rare to drill those kind of widths at those kind of grades. So that really caught the attention of the market. We raised $15 million to allow us to drill our property. But as a result of that, I've had calls from almost every major mining company and gold company wanting to come out and have a look at our property, because people realized very quickly that, my God, there's copper here and gold, and how did we not know this?
So what made you so sure that you had this? Was it the geologist that you work with, or?
Yeah, Chris Granger, who's my VP of Exploration, has spent a good chunk of his career in South America and over 4 years in Colombia. He was the former VP of Exploration for Continental Gold, which really has a fantastic gold exploration or gold development project in Colombia.
Right.
So Chris went looking for a project for Continental Gold. And he went to the northern part of this mid-Cauca belt where 50 million ounces of gold have been discovered to date, and he came across an outcrop with a small family mining this for over 30 years.
Oh, okay.
And he looked at it and he called up the CEO of Continental Gold, Ari Sussman, and said, Ari, this thing is fantastic. But what really convinced all of us to invest in this area, so apart from it being potentially high-grade copper and gold, is the infrastructure and the topography.
Okay.
So a lot of the discoveries in Colombia have all been in the 15 to 3,000 meter elevation, and 1 gram gold equivalent. Very difficult to mine 1 gram gold at this current gold price, but very difficult to mine it at 15 to 3,000 meter elevation. We're in flatland. So
Okay.
this is what really distinguishes Cordoba from all the other discoveries.
So-
High grade, flat land, and infrastructure. We're right beside Cerro Matosa, which is
Okay.
BHP's operating nickel mine.
Right. So why didn't Ari Sussman snatch it up?
Well, Continental Gold is a big investor in Cordoba, so they
Okay.
are related. Continental Gold's got a fantastic asset, Baritica, that they're looking to develop. It's in development now. So adding another exploration play, I'm not sure adds the value to Continental Gold.
Okay.
So the view was, let's create another company, and that's what we did.
Interesting. Now you have some drilling results coming out. Is it on the San Matias project? What are you
Yes.
expecting there?
So we're currently drilling our project. We have 3 prospects. We have 1 drill working right now. We expect to have assays probably in drill results mid to end of October. So we're drilling it. We're pretty confident we're in a district here. We're seeing mineralization throughout the district. Not only are we drilling our property, but we're not stopping there. We're exploring to the south, your most basic exploration that geologists love. Soil sampling, looking at rocks. And everywhere we look on this 13-kilometer district, we're finding mineralization. So we really do think we have a district here, and it's a district that's going to capture the market's attention.
Okay, so be on the lookout for drilling results. What's the situation in Colombia like with regards to permitting? Is it difficult to get permits there, or what are you seeing?
Yeah, we hear this all the time about Colombia having permitting issues.
Okay.
You look at the one company that sort of captured the market's attention with a permit. It's Greystar, which is now Eco Oro.
Okay.
They were looking to permit a gold project at around 3,000 meter elevation, which is the Paramo. Basically, it's a watershed. Water comes down. The government said from day one, you can't really mine here. And the government and Eco Oro was hoping to change the environmental policies.
Okay.
I don't care if you're in Canada, if you're in the United States, Colombia, DRC, it's not going to happen.
Right.
So that really put a red flag for people, but I don't think it's a real issue. You've got huge mines in Colombia. Right beside us, you've got the world's 3rd largest nickel mine. It's open pit. 10 kilometers away, there's 2 open pit coal mines. You've got the world's largest coal mine, Cerrejón, in Colombia. You have oil and gas all over Colombia. And the Colombian government themselves has come out and said, look, we want mining to be one of our key pillars for economic growth.
And what is this re-election? Is it Santos was re-elected? What does that mean for the country, do you think?
Look, Colombia has always been a right-wing country within a left-wing region. So whether it was Santos or it was one of the other candidates running for president, I don't think it really made a difference.
Okay.
They are right wing, so you either have right wing or far right or middle right. Doesn't make a difference. They are all business oriented individuals, and they really want to move Colombia forward. And it's got some of the best growth rates in GDP in South America. And a lot of them look to Chile as a good model for developing the mining industry.
Okay.
And Colombia is really trying to set the policies in
Emulate the
place.
model.
Yeah, so they're probably 10 years behind.
Okay.
Where some of the other countries are, but they are working really hard to get to where they want to be. So I'm very confident that we'll get permits in our region. We're right beside other open pit mines. We're right beside infrastructure. Just to the north of us, Colombia announced a partnership with Panama. They're investing $450 million on a big thermal coal plant.
Okay.
That's about 20 kilometers away from us. So again, if we had our discovery, we want to put it anywhere in Colombia, we would put it right where it is.
Now, in the mining sector, I think the biggest challenge out there right now is funding.
Yep.
So how do you plan, to fund your project going forward? Are you looking at joint venture models, or what are you looking at?
Yep. So we were very lucky when we had our discovery that we raised the capital that we did. We raised $15 million.
Okay.
Part of that money went to complete the merger. Today we're with over $5 million in cash, so we still have a very strong balance sheet. So we're not looking for capital. There's very few juniors that are able to drill and are not looking for capital.
Absolutely.
Apart from that, because cash in our industry doesn't last forever, we have some very large shareholders. Continental Gold's a large shareholder. Grupo de Bullet, which is a large shareholder of Continental Gold, and very successful in Colombia as a large shareholder.
There's a lot of support.
Yeah, Minituda owns 20% of our company, and they have some very high net worth individuals backing them. So we have a lot of support for Cordoba.
Well, it's a very new and exciting story, and we look forward to watching the progress.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I look to talk to you again in the near future.
Yeah, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.